So we're going to be talking about using Mediawiki as a link shortening service, like link shortening, like Bitly, tiny URL, stuff like that. So I'm coming to you from San Francisco, and I participate in the Noisebridge Hackerspace, which is in San Francisco. And we had a problem, which was that our links were ugly. Noisebridge.net is hosted as Mediawiki. The whole website is just a Mediawiki install. But we would post these like posters around the city or around the workspace, and they would just have these links on them that like no one's ever going to type that in, right? And if you look at especially this one on the bottom here, like the article title is case sensitive, so it has to be a lowercase o. It's just an awful mess. So let's buy a domain. Um, nb.wtf is available. So it's like NB as in Noisebridge and .wtf because WTF not. So what will we put there? URL shorteners are basically just hash map, right? Like it's like a kind of like a weekend project for a hacker to put together a URL shortener. But we don't want this to really be open to the public, and we don't really want to incur a lot of hosting costs and stuff like that. So maybe we can solve this with Mediawiki. Let's see. Here's a snippet of, spoiler alert, we can solve it with Mediawiki. Here's a screenshot of the page at NBWTF on the wiki itself. And you can see here we have the short codes, the slugs um, in the left column, and then the page that it goes to in the right column. So the URL can be an on-wiki link, in which case you can just use wiki syntax, double bracket syntax to put the link there, or it can be an actual full URL, and that's fine. And the way this works is you go to nb.wtf/donate. There's a application running a web app running at that URL. It doesn't have a front end. There's no HTML for it. It just reads the request that says /donate. It searches for donate in the database, and it sends a 302 redirect to that big long wiki link. So basically, yeah, you just go to the URL, it looks up donate in the database, and then it sends you to the link on the wiki. More interesting is how do we actually update this database? The database being like this page that I showed you a second ago, right? That's the database for this service. So basically, the wiki page is updated. We have a Mediawiki extension that has an on-page save complete hook. And when I was building this, maybe there's some other way to do this, but as far as I understand, on-page save complete is going to run on every page save complete across the entire wiki. So what we do is we just check, was the incoming page the nb.wtf page? If not, return immediately. And if it was, we just do an AJAX request to this special URL, API v1 on update of nb.wtf. It's just a fire and forget because we don't need to read any data from that URL. Just requesting this URL, if you requested it right now on your laptop, it causes the next 3 steps to happen. And those 3 steps are on the nb.wtf app server. So the app server in step 4 here, it makes a server-side HTTP request to the Noisebridge wiki /nb.wtf. It reads the page response and parses the HTML, not the wiki text, the full HTML as you would get in a browser. It basically just looks for, TD elements in the table, and then it overwrites the database with the contents of what was on that wiki page. So there's no incremental updates. It just rewrites the database every time. All right, let's do a demo. I should have had my pages up and ready for this, but okay. So here, if I go to nb.wtf with no link, it brings me to the wiki page. And then as the text at the top will tell you, all of the text besides the table gets ignored because we're just parsing the HTML and looking for TD table columns and table rows. Here's the full list of links. And then if we edit this page, and then we can look down here, insert below. Oh, I should make it clear that there is no existing. Well, you might just have to trust me. But if I go to this link right now, you can't see this, but it just gives a 404 page. But let's say we want a link to Mediawiki user developer conference. I'm going to put the URL, save changes, add demo link. And now, so the edit was saved, the PHP extension pinged the mb.wtf API page, the update page. And then now if I go here, let's see, did it work? Yep. I don't think you can see my address bar, but Wiki users and developers conference. So, and it takes me to this page. So that worked. Okay, cool. Looks like we've maybe got a few minutes because I think we didn't start exactly on time. So, basically what's so great about this, it's tightly coupled with the use of our wiki because a lot of the short links that we're creating are going to be wiki pages anyway. Number two here is probably the most important, that it uses our existing user authentication and authorization. So, not everyone in the public gets an account on our wiki. We are a closed wiki. So wiki accounts have to be approved and verified. And so once you have wiki access, you can just go to the page and we know that you're a member of the community that's trusted to edit the wiki. If you're trusted to edit the wiki, you're trusted to add these short links to the mb.wtf. A nice advantage of this is that it's easy to see and audit and edit the links. So if something gets out of date or there was a typo or something, someone else can just get in there really quickly and fix it. No problem. There were no marginal hosting costs for this because we deployed on our existing infra as far as, the PHP extension is just built into the MediaWiki install. And then the mb.wtf web app is posted on cloud free tiers, just free quota, because it's just so tiny and takes up so little resources. And there's basically near zero maintenance costs. It just works. Like, this was built over a weekend and it hasn't required any ongoing maintenance or anything besides just adding some cool new features here and there. So here are some links. I don't know. I'll have to ask him to see where I can post this slide deck because it will be public. You can check out these links. The here's the noise. Here's the noise bridge. Oh, I think I killed my presentation, didn't I? Well, so here's some links, and then yeah, I guess I closed the tab I was sharing. Oops. And then real quick, the code it's like 50 lines of code. This is the Python code that serves the links. So it's like maybe it's like 100 lines of code. And then for MediaWiki developers out there, here is this is the MediaWiki extension. All it does is check, is the page the WTF page? If not, return. Otherwise, just do a request to that on update endpoint and send it, and you're done. So that is it.